Peter Schiff, an expert on the economy, he forecast the financial crisis of 2008.
What was it that you saw that others missed?
You were on my show an awful lot. I appreciate it because you were one of the only people that saw this coming and had the cojones to say it.
Nobody sounded the alarm louder than Peter Schiff.
The worst is yet to come. The fundamentals are not sound. They're awful. If the fundamentals were sound, we wouldn't be having these problems. This is going to be an enormous credit crunch. The party is over for the United States. We cannot continue borrowing to live beyond our means. There's a lot of losses coming up in the future. These financials are going to get hit, and they're going to get hit hard. When you see the stock market come down and the real estate bubble burst, all that phony wealth is going to evaporate.
Why didn't anybody listen?
Well, the financials, as I keep saying, are just super bargains. I particularly like Merrill Lynch.
Look, stay away from the financials. They're toxic.
Not only didn't anybody listen to him, a lot of people actually laughed at him.
People can't sell their house. The inventories are exploding all over the country. Houses are on the market for 6 months a year. There's no bidders. The prices are going to fall through the floor.
These stimulus checks aren't going to change it. Who's laughing?
Okay, well, you know,
I am. At you.
But you're just way off base. There is nothing out there that tells us we're going to have a nice slowdown, but it's not going to be a
all right, let me
crash.
ask you this.
You have been mocked on all of these financial shows going back to 2005.
Oh, my gosh.
You sort of saw this coming.
You may know him from YouTube fame as videos of Peter Schiff calling the market's collapse way back in 2006 have been making the rounds out there in cyberspace. Turns out he was right on the money.
Now the one and only Peter Schiff has hit the fan. He saw this day coming and predicts
Subprime is a tiny, tiny blip.
It's not tiny, and again, it's not just subprime.
You're simply wrong about that.
No, I'm not.
And guess what? You're not! You're right! And the people cheer!
Now Peter Schiff is running for the U.S. Senate to stop the growth of government and start growing our economy.
I'm running because, like everybody else, I'm fed up with what's been going on in Washington. I'm going there to hold the other 99 senators accountable for what they've done, to do what needs to be done for the long-term health of this economy. Number one, I'm an economist, but number two, I'm also a businessman. And I understand how government regulations distort business decisions. Our incumbent politicians continue to follow the advice of the same people that helped create the problem. There never would have been a housing bubble had the government not inflated it. So none of the financial crisis would have occurred. There would have been no firms to bail out had the government not created the conditions that led to all the excess speculation in the first place. But none of our elected leaders know enough about the economy or finance to understand it. So when somebody from Wall Street comes and says, you've got to bail out AIG, they don't know enough to say, no, we don't. Washington is full of one-trick ponies. And the only trick these guys know is how to spend our money. I'm running against the idea that we can spend our way out of debt, that we can create a prosperity with borrowed money, that we can grow an economy by growing government. I'm running for all the things that made this country rich in the first place. I'm running for free markets, for capitalism, for liberty, for the Constitution, for the values that help build this country. We can't spend our way into prosperity. We have to work hard, we have to roll up our sleeves, we have to save our money, and we have to produce our way out of this mess. We have to grow our way out, we have to invest our way out, but we can't do any of that if the government is siphoning off all of our resources and spending them on more government. And to me, the solutions are so simple, yet Washington refuses to adopt them. Washington is not going to listen to me unless I'm there. They're not going to invite me to their party. I have to crash it. I'm not going to Washington to be a follower. I'm going to be a leader. Every senator is going to know I'm there, and not a single one of them is going to like it.
Send Peter Schiff to Washington? That town will never be the same again. Join us at SchiffForSenate.com.